Good morning, students of class 10. Welcome back to the online classes. I hope all are staying safe at home and doing your regular studies, not troubling your parents and disobeying your parents. I hope you are doing your work properly, since you are big enough and wise enough to use your time and your net packs and wisely. So let's continue our geography. Resources and developments. Now here today we'll do land degradation and conservation measures. First we'll talk about land degradation. What are the factors of land degradation? What causes land degradation? We'll first what area of our country is degraded. We'll talk about that, and later on we'll talk about conservation methods and steps or steps taken by our government and the people. So we'll talk about that today. Number one, let's go. Listen carefully and pay attention. We have shared our land. This land we have shared with past generations. Our forefathers also used to live on this same land, and we'll have to share, or we'll have to do so with the future generation as well. So this land we have shared with our ancestors, and we have to share with our future generation also. So whatever resources we have, we must use it wisely, thinking about the coming generation also. We have to keep resources for them. You think about, if our ancestors have used up all the resources, we would have left nothing. For us, it would have been difficult for us to survive. So in the same way, we have to think about our future generation. Now we'll talk about number two. About 95% of our basic needs, such as food, clothing, shelter, medicine, raw materials, basic needs are obtained from land. We know that. Everything comes from the land. Whatever things are grown, food crops, vegetables, fruits, medicines, raw materials, that comes from land. You see that land resource is so important for our survival. Number three, human activities such as farming, deforestation, mining, construction of industries, construction of roads, railways, infrastructures, urbanization. Human activities have not only brought about degradation of land, but also aggravated. Aggravate means increase the pace, the speed of natural forces such as floods, cyclones, earthquakes, to cause damage to land. Natural forces, they cause damage, such as erosion takes place by water and wind, earthquakes, landslides. These are natural forces that cause damage to the land. But along with that, human beings, our activities have increased the speed of degradation. So we must be very, very thoughtful. We must think. We should not degrade our land. Because of the land we are surviving. So we must conserve land, use them wisely, and we should not pollute the land. Now number four, at present now we have 130 million hectares of degraded land in India. Such a big area. You can see that 130 million hectares of land in India is degraded, not fit to use for agriculture, not fit to use for pasture land, for construction of houses or industries or roads and so on. We are talking about India. We are not talking about around the world of other countries. We are talking about India. At present, 130 million hectares of degraded land is there in India. Among this 130 million hectares, out of that degraded land, 28% of this belongs to forest area. That means most of the forests are gone. Deforestation took place for our raw materials, for urbanization, for construction of railways and roads and so on, urbanization. 28% of these belong to forest area due to mining. So that means a vast area of forest is being degraded. Once the forests are cut, what happens? When the rain falls, all the soil is washed away. There will be landslide. Good soil will be washed away, and the poor quality soil will be left there. So naturally it will be degraded. So number 5, of this degraded land, out of 130 million hectares of degraded land, 28% belongs to forest. 56% is water eroded area. You see that big area of land is being eroded by area. Eroded means washed away by water. Sometimes if it is a dry land, the dust is blown away by the wind. So now the land will become, every year the land becomes very infertile, or you can say that poor. So 56% is water eroded area, and again some more are there. 16% out of 130 million hectares, 28% belongs to forest, 56 eroded by area, water. 16% is affected by saline and alkaline deposits. Saline and alkaline deposits. How this is? When we apply fertilizer in our agricultural land, every year so many tons of artificial fertilizer is being used. So since from a long time it is being used, the soil is being fertilized, artificially fertilized. So the soil becomes saline and alkaline deposits are there. So that slowly the land degrades and it becomes unfit for growing crops. So salinity increases due to artificial fertilizers and this insecticide, pesticide. It will pollute the soil. All the organisms which is useful for the plants, for the soil, that helps the plant to grow, important organisms, they will die because the soil becomes saline due to fertilizer, insecticide, pesticide and so on. So, and we use that. Number 7, human activities. Human activities, and I have already told you about mining, construction work, deforestation, farming. Human activities too contributed significantly in land degradation. It is human beings who have degraded the soil much more than the natural forces. So we must be very, very thoughtful about this. Because of the land we are surviving, and we are not thinking about that. Land does not expand. It is limited resource. Land is a limit. We have a limited resource. So that has to be used properly. But now, due to population growth, we are urbanizing the areas, and most of the agricultural land is taken over for construction of houses, roads, railways, industries, mining. So human activities really significantly contributed in the degradation of land or the land resource. So that's all. Now more are there. We'll meet in the next class and discuss about certain measures and steps, what we have to do, how to conserve the land resource, and what steps our government is taking. So we'll talk about that more in our next class. This much for today, and stay safe at home during our lockdowns, and let's expect that the school will open fast soon, and do your regular studies. Many of the students, they are not studying properly at home. I can understand. They are just enjoying and passing their time just like that. We should not do like that. We should go through the online classes every day and do your reading and writing work at home. You have the book, you must go through the book. If you don't have the book, you can copy this out and learn something. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class, and thank you for watching the video. That's all. Good.